Here's the tractor that stumps the experts. A 5.5-ton surprise package that amazes even the engineers who designed and built it. They knew it was good, but it has far surpassed their greatest expectations. This model HD5 is the new light heavyweight champion of the Allis Chalmers line of crawler tractors. In a single year, this versatile machine has stepped out ahead to lead the field on a wide variety of jobs. See for yourself what it can do. After all, seeing is believing. Contractors who use this little giant for any period of time find that the HD5's all-round usefulness affords more economy in operation than they've ever known before. It's not a special machine tied to one type of job, but an all-purpose machine for many jobs. With the HD5, you get economy through versatility. When Allis Chalmers designed this tractor, ruggedness, ease of operation, and low maintenance were built in from every practical angle. To begin with, the General Motors 2-cycle diesel engine can be quickly removed from the tractor without disturbing any other major part. It's of the same design and construction as the engines used in all other AC track-type tractors and graders. Many of the parts are interchangeable. This means that pistons, pins, connecting rods, cylinder liners, valves, and injectors are all alike. That's a real advantage when you figure from a standpoint of service and parts. The master clutch assembly is easily accessible for adjustment and inspection. If necessary, it, like the engine, can be taken out without moving any other major unit. Think of this convenience when you're considering the maintenance angle. This same simplicity also applies to the 5-speed transmission. The complete gear shift assembly and case can be removed from the machine as a unit without disturbing in any way the engine or the final drives. Low maintenance, yes, and easy maintenance as well. The final drives and steering clutches are accessible to a degree never before built into a modern tractor. Double reduction final drives cut down very materially on the gear and bearing pressures, and in addition, make for long and trouble-free life. Then there's the sturdy truck frame with its positive seal truck wheels and its ribbed cross-section. This is easily the strongest construction in its weight class and the easiest to service and maintain. The first pilot models were subjected to months of grueling trials on the proving grounds at Springfield, Illinois. They went through torture tests tougher than any they would ever encounter in actual field work. They hurtled over obstacle courses, banged into stone blocks, hauled heavily loaded stone boats. Tests designed to show up any weakness all proved that this model had what it took. These years of testing and research resulted in the present HD5s, the hardest hitting tractors in their weight class and the most versatile. Building contractors have found that one of these machines, equipped with a tractor shovel, is the answer to many of their problems. For example, when the HD5 excavates under buildings, such as this fruit growers exchange in California, it steps in and moves out the dirt right now. The low clearance of this machine allows it to work in restricted quarters. Taking more than 1 cubic yard of dirt each trip, the HD5 makes the excavation in a hurry. This tractor does more than just start a job by making the excavation. It also comes in handy for the wind-up. After the building work is completed, it moves in quickly to backfill and level the job smoothly and efficiently. On loading jobs, you can't beat this combination for digging and loading gravel or other material into trucks. Power and speed are the keynotes of economy. With a 5, economy is no problem at all. Easy shifting and rapid maneuverability make it pay. When the gravel loading job is completed, the machine doesn't have to remain idle. It can go on to a different kind of job without any change. Stripping for a large excavation is another type of work on which the 5 paves the way by using the shovel as a bulldozer. Trees don't stand very long when the 5 starts pushing them out of the ground. As soon as the vegetation is removed, the operator immediately starts to strip off the overburden. And another addition for Northwestern University is well underway. Spring, summer, fall, or winter, the season makes no difference. When Old Man Winter gets his grip on the land, the 5 doesn't have to seek cover. It goes right out in the snow-blocked streets with its tractor shovel, cleans out street corners, and loads the traffic-impeding snow into trucks or onto flat cars. A 2-yard bucket can be substituted for the regular 1 yard for this kind of work. Out in the country, highway departments with a 5 and V-type snowplow, which is interchangeable on the tractor shovel, know that they can open up even the most remote back roads in a hurry. Blizzards or light snows are all in the day's work. Its long tracks allow the HD5 to go almost anywhere and give it the powerful push that quickly clears the way for winter traffic. But the HD5 is more than just a highway hugger or city slicker. It's right at home in the woods, too, from the high peaks of the Northwest to the mangrove swamps of the South. If Paul Bunyan could have had an HD5, Babe, the big blue ox, would have been retired to pasture. Here, the 5, fully equipped with a winch, bulldozer, and logging guards, hauls logs to build a ski slide high in the Cascade Mountains at the top of Stevens Pass. Altitude doesn't bother the sturdy 2-cycle diesel, and the long tracks take just as good a bite here as they do down at normal levels. At Chehalis, Washington, this crawling powerhouse logs fur to a truck landing. It takes some wiggling to get a crooked stick like this one out of the woods, but the 5 does it. Chunking out a landing is just another job for this handy Andy of the woods. Sometimes it's mighty important to have a place to put the logs. Here's a modified form of high lead logging, taking out pulpwood in tree lengths over very rough terrain. After a double drum winch with a haulback gets the logs out of the worst gullies, the 5 bunches them at the landing. From here, these giant logging sulkies haul the logs over skid roads to the cutoff saws. Northern Quebec or southern Louisiana, cold or heat, snow or mud, extremes of climate or terrain mean little when you use an HD5. In this particular operation, a southern lumber company uses a 5 to ground skid pine and hardwood logs to truck landings for delivery to the mills. Up north in the hardwood belt around Butternut, Wisconsin, a 5 with a skid loader works overtime for a hardwood veneer company. Here, too, it's a real handy-andy. It unloads the heavy hardwood logs from the cars, piles them in the yard, carries them to the cutoff saw or the sawmill, piles the slabs and edgings, brings out the cores, piles sawdust. In fact, it takes the place of horse wagons, yarders, trucks, and trailers. This same combination is loading and handling pulpwood from the Gulf of Mexico to Hudson Bay. East, along the Maryland shore, the 5 fits into a different kind of logging. Brings huge hardwood logs out to the truck landing. Even a lady operator can handle a 5 without difficulty. She brings out a load, too. A change of scene and surface. A variation in logging technique, but the same breed of tractor. Here, an HD5 logs with a winch and cart. Brings out tree-length logs that don't look so big, until you see their length. Mud and rough terrain give tractor crawlers an awful beating. But this rugged little go-getter is designed to absorb this kind of punishment and come back for more. Spring-loaded seals keep out dust, mud, and moisture. Positive seal truck wheels, front idlers, and rollers have 1,000-hour greasing periods. This protection and economy pays off on tough jobs like logging. A steady flow of timber moves out to the mill regardless of mud or snow. That's a 5 up ahead, where you'll always find it. A contractor in northern Illinois chooses the right tool in his pipeline job. The 5 with a boom picks up pipe, holds it for welding, then smoothly lowers it into the trench, where it will spend the rest of its life supplying heat and light to the neighboring area. This jack-of-all-trades tractor is well suited to build and maintain water supply systems. This one backfills a trench in Tonasket, Washington, after laying the city's new water system. Another 5 sees plenty of action on the 36-inch Pleasanton Wells section of the San Francisco water supply. Its maneuverability makes it an ideal unit for a job of this kind. The trench is filled at a speed that would be hard to beat with a large machine. Construction, logging, utilities, transportation, public works. The 5 gets into practically everything. In a streetcar yard in Los Angeles, an HD5 removes soft subsoil from under the streetcar tracks. After the material is all cleared out, the same machine will bring in gravel to fill the soft spot. So the 5 neatly fits into the city transportation picture. Leveling off a city dump and covering the top is another of the 1,001 jobs that this amazing little giant does easily and economically. On this sewer job in Chicago, there was a need for a small, compact machine to trim off the edges and keep the cut cleaned out. A machine that could maneuver around under the shoring supports and reinforcing rods. The 5 with a tractor shovel went right down in the hole and did the job. Of course, the railroads use HD5s for a wide variety of jobs. This one cleans up after the clamshell, keeps the coal piles tidy at one of the Burlington Central Illinois divisional points. Road builders, gravel and crushed rock contractors, gravel pit operators, all of them find that a combination of this kind is a mighty handy and practical unit on numerous jobs. Here, the 5 pushes gravel to a hot asphalt plant, shoves it right up to the hopper. This one loads trucks with washed gravel at a washing and screening plant. Here again, the tractor does double duty. Not only does it load the truck, but it gets behind with a hefty push to get the truck out of the yard in a hurry. Where dirt must be carried to a fill, a 2-wheel scraper of the correct size teams up with the 5 to do the job at a surprising pace. There's plenty of power to load and accurate control to spread evenly at the will of the operator. Down south in the citrus groves of the Rio Grande Valley, HD5s not only dig the ditches for irrigation, but double on the job by helping at the drain tile end. This one is covering tile at the drainage end of a grapefruit grove. Stockpiling coal for power plants, railroads, and storage is another job on which this unit is a natural when equipped with a tractor shovel. Moving, piling, leveling, and cleaning up are all done quickly and inexpensively when you use the right equipment. This powerhouse on tracks has been making a name for itself in still another way, by working in combination with an AD grader. Here, the 5 with a tractor shovel will dig out rocks and stumps, clean out ditch ends and culverts, and trim up around bridges, while the AD does the grading. They make a wonderful team. If your work is construction or maintenance, or any of numerous other operations that call for tractor power, Somewhere an HD5 will save time and money for you. Beyond a doubt, the 5s are light heavyweight champions. This outstanding combination of heavy duty with light weight was engineered and built to achieve economy through versatility. The HD5s, with their complete Allied line of equipment, have proved their worth in the rough and tumble of actual field performance. Get one. Put it to work. Amaze yourself as others have been amazed by the all-round usefulness of this heavy-duty handyman. Remember, seeing is believing.